Hi, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Talibah Zues, and I'm back making some more videos for you guys. The last one I released was beginning of this year, which was the Hermetic principles in the rhyme. I released that so you guys would have a way of remembering this quite easily. But the Hermetic principles are so important to understand. It's universal law that we're working with here. So everybody watches things like, law of attraction, Abraham Hicks, excellent quality material to listen to. Things like you watch the movie The Secret and What the Bleep and so forth, and there's lots of information out there, and there's lots of other things coming to the surface, and constantly new ways and variations and step process and step by step, etc. And we like this kind of thing, don't we? It's good. It's a good way to understand and to format things as well. People like things done in that manner. The problem is that many people are watching but not getting the results that they want. So I want you to get the kind of results that you're looking for. Okay, so let's go to the 7 Hermetic principles, and principle 1 is Mentalism. So we're going to cover this. This is the knowledge that was imparted by Hermes Trismegistus to the 3 initiates. There was 7 principles that were put into the Kabbalion, and they are mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. And these principles, they happen throughout all of nature. So you're not going to do anything without using these principles, but I'm going to cover them. And if you can embrace and accept these principles, life should feel a lot easier for you than what it is currently. And the good thing about these videos, it's good to go back and watch them again and again and again and again and again, because learning, it's a lot like washing your hands, Just because you washed your hands once doesn't mean they're going to be clean forever. You need to wash them again and again. So just because you've read something or listened to something once doesn't mean you're going to retain that knowledge just like that. You need to do it again and again and again, right? So it's the same sort of thing. So without further ado, let's press on. Let's talk about mentalism. I don't want to make this video long and drawn out. I want to get straight to the point. So mentalism, all is mind. The universe is mental. So, and that's what it's all about. So when we talk about things like, using your mind to create, if you listen to Neville Goddard and he talks about using your imagination to imagine the end result of something, we are talking about, or he is talking about, it's the same thing. It's that all is within the mind. So therefore, that means that what you're seeing currently is you've created it within your mind. But if the universe is mental, it means the universe wants the exact same thing that you want, because you're part of the universe and the universe is part of you. It's mental. It's all mind. So that should be a thought that's very comforting, which means now you can start to look at how you can use that to make it something that enhances your life. Now, if you said to me, yes, but before I was even conceived, let alone born, there was already a whole world out here and so forth, etc. What about that? Well, then that would simply go in line with the actual premise of there being a master creator, right? So there's a creator, a mastermind, master creator that's all-encompassing and creates everything that we see, and we're part of it, and so forth. Or maybe it just seems that way, right? So there's a lot of questions to be asked, but the main one is, how do you use this to your own advantage? Well, think about it like this, okay? And this is the point I want to get out there. You yourself consciously would never hinder yourself, but we can break the mind up into 2, to the conscious and to the subconscious. You've seen the image of the iceberg. So 10% of what happens on the upside, 10% is conscious, 90% is unconscious. Your breathing, your blood flow and your heartbeat, these things, they're all subconscious things that go on. You don't consciously think about these things and they just happen. In your life, there's a lot of other things that you don't think about that consciously, that subconsciously just happen. So, for example, poverty is one of them. A lot of people experience poverty, but yet, or bad relationships. Not everybody, but a lot of people. Bad relationships, poverty, loss, what you call bad luck, and so forth. They experience these things, and it's not something they would want for themselves. So they didn't do it consciously. They did it obviously subconsciously. Now, in your natural state, you would never do that, which means that in your natural state, your mind actually would be prosperous. It would be one of healing and love and prosper and that type of thing. So therefore, what you really want to do is you want to be able to calm your mind, because your mind's like a monkey. A monkey mind will grab at everything. And what does it grab at? Of course, it's going to grab at the problems, because the problems are things that can come up and hurt it right now. So if you've got an issue that's playing in your mind, a problem of some kind, you want to deal with that. Once you deal with that, you're like, I can rest now, I can breathe easy, that type of thing, rest easy. So what you want to do is you want to calm that monkey mind. Don't let it go crazy. You need to be parental about your mind. You be the parent. Let that mind be the child. That child that you're parenting, if you like. So you tell it, don't do that. And a good strategy to use with that is to actually reject these thoughts that you know are hindering, that aren't empowering. I'll give an example of one of them. You know, if you ever have the thought of, I'm not good enough, that's not an empowering thought, that's a disempowering thought. So what you can do is you can go ahead and you can reject that thought. Now, one of the other principles, we'll talk about polarity. We live in the world of polar opposites, where there's dark, light, up, down, in, out, left, right, back, front, and so forth. So it's the exact same thing. So if you're going to have a law of attraction, you've got to have a law that also is to do with rejection. Right? You've got to have one and the other together to form the one. And we'll talk about degrees of separation, which therefore show there's no such thing as light or dark. There's just different degrees of the same. No hot or cold, just different degrees of temperature. We'll cover that in another video. So let's stay on track with this one here. All is mind. So what you want to do is, if you can calm your mind and reset your mind, most of the time, your mind itself will actually bring you the prosperous things that you need, so long as you don't get in the way and overthink. That's the biggest problem that we have, is overthinking. And what's the way to do that? And you've heard this before, and not everyone's going to like this, but it's a fact that meditation is one of the best tools that you can use. Now, you can meditate when you're out running. I used to do this a lot. I used to go out for a run and meditate that way. But at the same time, when you're out running, you do have distractions and things that come up and things that you got to think about other than. So you do have to have some thoughts, especially when you run. And if you need to cross the road or move out someone's way and things like that. Whereas when you're just meditating, if you're just indoors, you can do that just by yourself. So I want to say this. You don't need to sit there for hours on end to meditate. It doesn't work that way. And meditation, if you've never done it before, it's just like if you've never done any push-ups or squats before. These are muscles that you need to work. You need to build these muscles. So with meditation, what's the best way? Is it to start off doing an hour a day? If you've never done it before? No, because chances are you won't be able to keep that up. So what you do is start off just doing like 60 seconds at a time, 1 minute or 2 minutes or something like that. And all you do is just focus on your breath. Sit down so you're comfortable. You don't need to sit like this kid sitting in the picture. You can sit upright in a chair. You can lie down if you so wish. It doesn't matter. As long as you're comfortable, and the only thing you're going to focus on is your breath. Now, breathing normally typically is a subconscious thing that we do. We don't consciously think about breathing. But now, when you do consciously think about it and you're like, I'm going to breathe in, and then I'm going to breathe out. You do this consciously. This is something that you consciously do. So now you're taking it from the subconscious to the conscious. And that allows you to take your mind away from thinking to focus on one thing. Another thing that you can do is you can use a sound of any kind. So it doesn't matter what that sound is. So if you want a sound that you can use, and I'll cover mantras as we go on later on, but you can use a mantra, and that mantra could be anything. That mantra could be something like peace. It could be love. It could be health. It could be wealth, prosperity. It could be them all. It could be peace, love, health, wealth, prosperity. Peace, love, health, wealth, prosperity. And just set your alarm for a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you want to do on your phone or something else. Put it there on the side and just keep saying that. That's all you're focusing on, just that thing there. Now, meditation you can also do with your eyes open as well and just focus on this spot. There's many ways to do it. There's not more than one way to skin a cat. Here's what you do. You fall in love with the process of doing it, not with the end result. Too many people looking for the end result. Sigil, same thing. Rather than fall in love with the process of actually making the sigil itself and putting the energy into that, too many people are focused on the end result when you have to let go. Everything you have to let go. So don't worry about it. So a good way to let go. Again, meditation is a brilliant way to let go. So I suggest you all do this. Get started on it. You've seen experiments they've done in prisons and schools where they've calmed people right down and they've been a complete different person. Or a completely different person in terms of their temperaments as well. So it allows you to be calm in all situations and make better decisions. Your emotions are a lot of things that hinder you. And a lot of times what happens is, without realising it, because your thoughts are going so crazy and so haywire, and they are releasing emotions, whether those emotions are emotions that are good or bad emotions, positive or negative, those emotions can still become addictive, and your body can become addicted to those emotions. So when you try and change your thought process to think more positive as opposed to negative, your body can start to have withdrawal symptoms from those negative emotions. This is a real thing, by the way. And therefore, because of that, you can then find that it's like a pendulum swings one way. If it swings one way too far, it swings back more aggressively the other way. You know, and we all know this is law. This is just law of physics, right? This is physics, natural law again. So, in order to be able to take some form of control and quieten that, it starts a meditation, nice and easy, nice and slowly as you go along, and then build up from there. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope it's been good. I'm going to do a lot more videos for you guys. I know I've been busy, I've been away, I've been doing all kinds of things as well, in terms of just building my business, family, raising children as well. And I'll cover more of what's been going on as we go along. But stay tuned for more videos. Do me a favour, you hit like, subscribe, share. Also hit that bell icon so you can make sure you get these notifications. So I'm going to do these more regular basis, these videos, and get a lot of information out there, because I've got so much I want to get out to you guys. It's just been such a busy, hectic time, but I've managed to free up some time now, so I can put my focus back onto something that's, I'm not doing it as a business, I'm doing it as something that I love doing. I love sharing information and knowledge. So that's why it's something that I couldn't just put down and leave alone. I had to come back to it. So anyway, try that out. Thanks for listening again, guys. You guys are awesome, and I'll speak to you guys in the next video. Peace.